One day, Lucas woke up in the morning and noticed something strange. His brother, Alex, who always pretended to be lame, would start walking fast whenever no one was watching him. At night, when everyone was asleep, Alex would quietly get up and go somewhere. But in the morning, he was always found sleeping in his place as if nothing had happened. Lucas started getting suspicious after seeing all this. One night, he decided to pretend to be asleep to understand Alex's truth. As soon as Lucas closed his eyes, Alex stood behind him with an eerie hatred in his eyes. He picked up a pencil and kept pushing the nib in and out repeatedly until it was right next to Lucas's eyes. But suddenly, the nib broke. Without saying anything, Alex placed the pencil on the table and left the house. Lucas secretly started following him. At first, Alex walked slowly as if he were lame, but as soon as he thought no one was watching, he started walking very fast. Lucas was shocked to see this. Then Alex got into a taxi, so Lucas took another taxi to follow him. After half an hour, Alex got off in a dark alley. Lucas saw several thugs standing around Alex as if he were their boss. Seeing this, an old memory flashed in Lucas's mind. 2 weeks ago, Lucas and Alex were watching the city's night view when Alex received a phone call. He told Lucas that he would be back home in just 5 minutes. But when Lucas went to check on him, some people had surrounded Alex. They forcibly put him into a car and drove away. Lucas couldn't even scream. The next day, the police came, but they couldn't do anything. There was no news for 14 days. But on the 15th day, Alex returned home on his own and said he didn't remember anything. Everyone thought something bad had happened to him, but Lucas was still suspicious. That day, when Lucas noticed that Alex's lame leg kept switching from left to right, his doubts grew even stronger. That's why he followed him and saw everything. Lucas couldn't control his curiosity and reached the gang's hideout. But 2 thugs spotted him and tried to catch him. Lucas somehow managed to escape, but suddenly, a dark shadow appeared behind him and covered his mouth. Lucas fainted. When he woke up, he was in his own room. He couldn't understand whether what he had seen was a dream or reality. Alex was sleeping right next to him. Terrified, Lucas hid in the bathroom. From there, he questioned Alex. "Where did you go last night? Why are all these thugs with you? Why do you want to kill me?" But Alex said he had been there the whole night and that everything Lucas was saying was nonsense. Lucas didn't believe him. But then Alex asked, "Did you forget to take your medicine?" Hearing this, Lucas remembered that yes, he had a mental illness and had forgotten to take his medicine. He thought maybe he had misunderstood Alex. Believing Alex's words, he took his medicine. But when he returned to the table, he saw the same pencil whose nib Alex had brought close to his eyes. That's when Lucas realized what he had seen was real. Without saying anything to anyone, Lucas went straight to his mother and told her everything. She was shocked to hear it, but Lucas told her not to inform his father yet. He wanted to follow Alex once more. That day, Lucas kept waiting for Alex, but neither Alex nor his father returned home. Lucas went to the drawing room and saw his mother talking to someone on the phone. As he moved closer to listen, she said, "Yes, he still doesn't know anything." Hearing this, Lucas was stunned. Was his mother also part of this conspiracy? Was Lucas really going crazy, or was there an even bigger truth hidden behind it all? Just then, a wooden board creaked under Lucas's foot. His mother immediately heard the noise and turned around. Lucas quickly hid behind a door. His mother said on the phone, "I'll go check Lucas's room." Now, Lucas had only one option, either stay hidden or find out the real truth. It was raining heavily, and Lucas quietly sneaked into another room through his window. When his mother entered his room, Lucas pretended to be asleep. Seeing him sleeping, she smiled and left. Lucas thought he was safe, but as soon as he opened his eyes, he saw his mother was standing in a corner, staring at him. The atmosphere in the room became tense. The sound of rain, the open window, and Lucas' wet hair, everything felt strange. Lucas's every action revealed his truth, but the strange thing was that his mother simply smiled and calmly left the room after seeing all this. As soon as she returned to the living room, she sent a message to someone. "Come quickly now." His mother was giving a secret signal to someone in the living room, and an eerie fear settled in Lucas's heart. At that moment, his brother Alex also hid behind the window and jumped down as if he sensed a big danger. But just as he was about to leave the house, he saw his father was standing right in front of him. Alex's heart started beating fast because his father didn't look like he usually did. There was a strange smile on his face, as if he was only wearing a mask. Alex was about to react when his mother arrived there with a strange man. It was clear they were all here to settle their score with Alex. Alex was even more shocked to see this. Without thinking, he pushed his father and ran towards a narrow alley, but that strange man started chasing him. Alex ran as fast as he could to save his life, but suddenly, a police van appeared at an intersection. Seeing the police officers, the man immediately ran away, and Alex's life was saved. But when Alex reached the police station, what happened next completely shattered his mind. After telling the police officers his story, Alex thought they would help him, but as soon as they checked his identity, a shocking truth came to light. "You were born in 1977, so your current age is 41 years. "What? That's a lie? I'm only 20. The police officers laughed and said, "Son, stop this act and tell the truth." Alex tried to explain, but when he looked at the calendar, he was stunned. It was the year 2017. "Impossible! I clearly remember it being 1997. How is this possible?" He frantically looked at the newsroom's TV, and what he saw completely shattered his belief. He walked to the mirror and saw his reflection. There were wrinkles on his face. He really looked 40. Alex's mind was spinning. Were all his memories false? Was his entire life just an illusion? To find answers, he returned to the house where his so-called family lived, but now the house was completely empty. Everyone had disappeared. Then he heard a faint music. As soon as Alex heard the music, he felt a strange attraction and followed it to the second floor of the house. The sound was coming from a room that was always locked. Alex slowly opened the door, and what he saw inside made the ground slip from beneath his feet. The room looked like a complete crime scene. A human-sized plastic mannequin was lying in the middle, and there were blood splatters on the floor. The entire room looked like a murder scene. Then a voice came from behind. "So, you finally made it here." Alex turned around and saw his brother Lucas was was standing there, along with their mother and father. Alex screamed, "Who are you people, and what is all this?" Lucas gave a cold smile. "You just want to know that? But I have much more to uncover." The truth was that all of this had started 20 years ago. 20 years ago, a brutal murder took place in this very house. A mother and daughter were killed in the most horrific way. The police tried their best, but the killer was never caught. The murder poster was still on the wall, and below it was written, "Justice pending for 20 years. Only one boy survived this crime, Lucas. He grew up to become the leader of a dangerous gang and spent 20 years searching for his mother and sister's killer. During his investigation, one person caught his attention, Alex. Lucas captured Alex along with his thug and started questioning him, but Alex kept insisting that he didn't do anything. Lucas didn't want to punish an innocent man, so he hired a world-famous hypnotist, the same man who was playing the role of his father. The hypnotist believed that if Alex was truly the killer, his mind might have blocked the memories due to trauma. He suggested that if Alex was placed back in the exact same environment where the murder happened, his memories might resurface. So Lucas created an entire fake world, a fake mother, a fake father, and a fake life. Through hypnosis, they sent Alex back to the past, and that's when he realized he had jumped 20 years into the future. This wasn't just an illusion. It was a game where Lucas only wanted the answer to one question. Are you the one who killed my mother and sister? But Alex kept saying, I didn't do anything. Lucas was running out of patience. He tied Alex up and planned to take him to a secluded part of the forest. If you don't tell me the truth, I'll make the decision myself. But Alex was sure he hadn't done anything. Just as the car was about to stop, he saw an opportunity, and without thinking, he jumped out of the moving vehicle. Lucas and his thugs immediately started chasing him. But while running, Alex got distracted for a second and was hit by a speeding truck. Alex lost consciousness. When he opened his eyes, he was lying in a hospital bed. His mind was completely blank. But then, a flashback hit him. What had happened to him in 1997? Alex's entire family had gone on a trip when their car met with a terrible accident. Only one person survived, Alex. Lucas's brother Alex was in the hospital, and the doctor had said that surgery needed to happen immediately. But since the family was already poor, Alex started looking for jobs everywhere. However, for some reason, he kept getting rejected. Desperate, he posted online that he was willing to do anything to afford his family's medical treatment. A few days later, a mysterious man contacted him. He asked Alex how far he was willing to go. At first, Alex was confused and scared, not understanding what the mystery man wanted from him. But as the conversation went on, he realized the man wanted him to commit a murder. Alex was shocked. On one hand, he needed money for his family's surgery. On the other, this was a horrifying offer. He sat in front of his computer all night, unable to decide. But in the end, he accepted the deal. The mystery man gave him a simple target. A woman had to be eliminated. That night, Alex went to the villa that had been shown earlier. In the heavy rain, he found the key that had been left for him near the pipeline. When he sneaked inside and opened the bedroom door, he saw a little boy in the room, the same boy who had grown up to be Lucas. Alex picked up the knife, but his hands started shaking. He couldn't do it. As he stepped back, the woman mistook him for her husband. But the moment she saw the knife in his hand, she panicked. Alex quickly tried to calm her down, assuring her that he wouldn't hurt anyone. She stayed quiet, but then, from upstairs, a little girl saw everything. Her scream echoed through the entire villa. Panicking, the girl ran toward her room. Alex chased after her. His sanity was slipping. As he tried to break the door open, the knife accidentally stabbed the girl in the stomach. Alex froze. Tears welled in his eyes as he desperately apologized to her. But then, her mother arrived and started screaming. Hearing her cries, something inside Alex snapped. In a blind rage, he silenced the mother too. And just like that, there was only silence. As he stepped downstairs, he saw a small boy wandering the house, looking for his mother. Alex approached him and said, "Count to 100. Your mother will come back." The boy lay down and started counting. Alex was about to leave when he noticed a family photo. And in that photo, he saw the doctor who was supposed to perform Lucas's brother's surgery. Suddenly, everything clicked. This was all a setup. Meanwhile, the doctor was preparing for the surgery when he got a call from Lucas. Through sobs, Lucas said, "My sister is gone too." The doctor panicked. But when he turned around, Alex was standing right there. The truth was revealed. The doctor was on the verge of bankruptcy. He had taken out a life insurance policy on his wife, and he had used Alex to kill her so he could claim the insurance money. But when Alex accidentally killed the daughter too, the doctor shifted the blame onto him. The doctor dragged Alex to the rooftop, trying to strangle him. But then, a steel rod came loose. The doctor lost his balance and fell to his death. It was all buried in Alex's subconscious until this car accident brought it all back. Lucas stood beside him now. His patience had run out. He pulled out a syringe, ready to put an end to Alex for good. But then Alex whispered, "Stop, don't say another word." Lucas grabbed him by the collar and shouted, "Tell me, who was the one that ordered you to do it?" He had already figured out that his father had taken out the insurance policy, but he needed confirmation. Was it really his father who planned everything? The truth was undeniable now. Lucas's mind shattered. He had spent his entire life chasing the truth, but now that he had it, he had no reason left to live. Slowly, he walked toward the hospital corridor. A nurse stopped him, telling him there was nowhere else to go. But Lucas's face had no expression. As the nurse turned away, she felt a strange uneasiness. When she turned back, her heart stopped. Lucas was gone. He had taken his own life. He had spent half his life searching for the truth, but the truth had taken away his very reason to live. Meanwhile, Alex picked up the syringe that had fallen to the floor. And with that, a 20-year-old story came to an end. Maybe revenge is what destroys a person, but the thin line between truth and evil is what tortures them even more.